This is the first lesser celandine I've seen properly out this year. I've seen a few that have tried to come out and looked a bit kind of ropey and chewed, but this is the first one I've actually seen. They normally flower sort of February and March, and they come from Europe, Asia and North Africa. And they're just like a really common plant that's in woodland and in hedgerows, and sometimes there's a weed in sort of semi-shady parts of the garden. They do like kind of organic material from trees, and they naturally flower in the forest floor during the spring. So the leaves come up sort of through January, and then they flower through February and March, and sort of seed in April, and then they just die back and disappear again into these little tubers. And the tubers are can all act independently like little plants, like little mini potatoes. And when you sort of got them in the garden, then you dig the garden, you can spread all these little tubers around. They can be quite a nuisance, but they are quite easy to get rid of. If you dig them up early in the year like they are now, all the tubers are in one lump, but when it dies back, all those tubers will become independent plants, and they're sort of harder to keep track of. So they are quite easy to do control. But they're really nice to see in hedges. They're a really good sign of the spring. And apparently, if you pick the flowers on sort of a cloudy day when they're all closed, and you put them on a windowsill where there is normally sun on a sunny day, then because the flowers are dry, they'll open. And because they only open in the sun, if they open without the sun, then the sun has to come out as well. So if you pick some of the flowers, put them on a windowsill where there's normally sun, and they open, then they'll make it sunny apparently. So if you try and change the weather and make it sunny, you can use these. But they are, some people say you can put them in salads and things, but I wouldn't. They are related to buttercups, so they're kind of probably not a good idea. But they are quite good for like stopping bleeding and hemorrhoids and things like that, either the tubers or the leaves. And they do have a few other uses. But yeah, look at that. It just looks like a sun there, just a bright sun. And they are such a bright colour. They are just light up the forest floor. They like kind of not boggy but damp. They don't really like dry. If you look here, it's growing kind of lower down on the hedge, and they sort of like that, but they do like to get the sun as well, because they need the sun for their flowers to open. So they like the best of both, you know. They like kind of the shady, the damp, but they also like to be in sunlight.